Happy Thursday.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Someone said happy Thursday.
Kiki, your ball. Yeah, good morning. The dog. We gave the dog one of those little rolly balls where you put treats inside so she can like stay busy during the live. And then she got close to our other dog and then just had a little like not altercation, but the other dog growled at her. Get away from here.
Good morning, Blue Sky Style 1.
Good morning, Bill from 324 Finds. Good morning, the C Shop 86. Happy, what day is it?
Thursday. Woohoo!
Happy Thursday. We have a really cool topic to discuss this morning. How's everyone doing? How are you guys getting through the week? It's almost Friday again. Wait, it's Friday tomorrow?
It's Friday Junior today.
I feel like it was just Friday yesterday. Bill from 324 Fine said, is it a Kong? So we have the one dog who's like, what is she? She's handicapped. So she has a Kong, but the other dog who can move has a ball and she's rolling it around and the treats fall out, you know, from a little hole, and she just has so much fun with it. She loves that ball so much she sleeps with it at night. Yes, it's Friday Eve. I can't even believe, I don't even know how this happened.
It's been a really long week.
It's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we're going to talk today about how to grow.
That's Chloe.
Yes, but what does that say there?
How to grow and scale your business. We're talking about growth mindset versus fixed mindset.
Well, we still need to work on that template there to bring down those words.
Yes.
It's always blocking. Good morning, Evolving Ways.
Growth
how you
mindset.
Doing?
We're going to continue to improve it.
So, yeah, like I first kind of heard about this at my job. We had like teacher training and we're discussing like the fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And I thought it was really interesting. Like I had never heard of it before, right? Good morning, Fabulous Fashion for You. How you doing? Happy Friday Eve. And so Michelle and I talked about it and we were discussing how this actually can affect your business and its growth, right? So at any time during the conversation, if you guys have a comment or a question you'd like for us to share, sometimes it's hard to read the comments, so you can hit the little sticker, question mark sticker there, and we can display your comment for everyone to see. We were just wondering, so we record on IG Live, and so then it turns into IGTV after, so you cannot see the comments, but we like to shout out everyone's name. Good morning, Blue Sky Style 1.
Can I pin the topic real
and
quick?
Good morning, Devance Leonard. Good morning, Ria Sells. We're going to pin the topic really fast. Michelle, take over on the question.
Yeah, so actually I have to say that I grew up with a fixed mindset. It's interesting, I was never exposed to this information, and every time there's a challenge, I tend to I get afraid. I become fearful of new challenges. And that is because I have a fixed mindset. So for example, if, Marina said, hey, we're going to start editing our video, and why don't you start learning a new program, Adobe Premiere? And in my head, these are for professionals. This program is like for, people who went to school. And I basically said I can't do it. But then, with a couple more pushing and she continued to challenge me, now I know how to use a program.
You guys, this is just crazy. Like this is two worlds coming together, Michelle and I, right? But where the way I grew up, picture this 8-year-old kid, little girl, who knows all about Tony Robbins and knows what personal power means because my parents raised me in that manner. So my entire life, I've always had growth mindset in my life. I didn't really know anything different. Not to say I mastered it or was conscious about it until I got older, which makes it even, it made it even better because it's still really difficult to learn something new. It's not easy. And so anyway, we're going to discuss on that this morning.
So let's dissect. What is a growth mindset and what is a fixed mindset? Let's start with fixed mindset. So a fixed mindset is a belief that their qualities are fixed traits and therefore cannot change. They document their intelligence and talents, then they're working to
develop and improve them.
And develop and improve them, and believe that talent alone leads to success. And that...
Okay, so we discussed before this that we should not be putting the words where the typing is because we can't read them.
So they believe that talent alone leads to success and effort is not required. There you go. Sorry about that. So continue to have a growth mindset that we could improve this. Yes.
No, it just means raise your voice. So I can't hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So here are some of the things that a fixed mindset person would think. They avoid challenges. They give up easily due to obstacles. They see effort as fruitless. They ignore useful feedback, and they're threatened by others' success.
All right. Well, let's discuss about us here because, like I mentioned to you guys, I grew up around two parents that had the growth mindset, and they implemented that in our family. But it doesn't mean that later on. So my father passed away when I was 13. And then my mother became a single mother, and she was really, really busy just trying to like hold the fort down with 3 kids. So, you know, I only got like a taste of that at some point. But I do remember like when I was a young person and I was struggling, I was like depressed, you know, at this time. And I remember my mom came into my room and she put in the Tony Robbins tapes. You know, there were tapes at this time. And I was commuting to work like an hour and a half every day. And I was like, you know what? I'll listen to them. Why not? Well, I was like dumbfounded that listening to something like that was going to get me out of being depressed. So like after that, I took that and I ran with it. Right. So it is definitely something scary to do, right? Learn something new.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of like an idea, you know, like, okay, I'm just going to get it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to face my fear. What do you think? How do you feel?
I think fear always comes first because we immediately have this reaction of, oh, we got to protect ourselves. But yeah, you know, the more you protect yourself, the more sheltered you are and you're not going to grow and learn. So
Blue Sky Style 1 said always improving.
Exactly. Always improving. So here are a couple more examples of fixed mindset. Failure is the limit of my abilities. So an example is when we were expanding to Poshmark, I didn't know what it was. I didn't want to expand our business to Poshmark, and I just saw failure immediately when we first started. We were not getting any sales in the beginning. So that is certainly a fixed mindset.
Yeah, it was like we started on Poshmark. We had been doing excellent on eBay. So again, this was about a year and a half ago. And all of a sudden, we had 0 sales on Poshmark for almost like a month.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Sorry about that. And so Michelle's like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not spending time on that platform anymore. And I was like, okay, well, I am going to figure it out. Right? So I started just looking for people who knew about Poshmark. I started asking questions, and thanks Trishman99. She said, bless you. What made me want to continue? You can let us know, Michelle, what made you want to not continue pursuing Poshmark?
The only thing that made me not want to continue was that I just didn't think it would work for us. I don't know why, but I just thought that way.
So basically, we didn't make sales for almost a month, and you basically thought like, okay, it's not going to work for us. We're not going to make money doing this. Yeah. Good morning, discount deals for you. How you doing? And so my thinking was this. Okay, we're going to take you into our psyche, I guess. I don't know. My thinking was like, well, they're doing it. They're doing well on that platform, making $4,000 a month on Poshmark. So that means I can do it too. I just need to learn how to do it. So yeah, our thinking was like that.
Yeah, and sticking to what I know was like a very comfortable place. And so that is why I kind of like, oh, we're fine, okay, we're okay now, we don't need to grow. So we're gonna switch to growth mindset.
Yeah, awesome. Discount deals for you, said, hi ladies, I'm well. Glad to hear that. All right, and so yeah, the growth mindset is the understanding that abilities and understanding can be developed. All right, so those with a growth mindset
believe that
they can get smarter, more intelligent, and more talented through putting in time and effort. So basically there's not a ceiling, you know, like you can never achieve like ultimate knowledge. The mindset is like there's always something new out there that you can learn and improve on. So like, honestly, when I was reading these descriptions, I was thinking like, you know, basketball players, I feel like they have to have a growth mindset. Like even like Kobe Bryant, right? Every day, even if you're the best, you're still practicing every single day because you know that a few things, if you stop practicing, maybe you'll get worse, right? But even better is that if you keep practicing, you'll improve, right? There's always like something that you can find to improve on. So the growth mindset here says, intelligence can be developed. It leads to a desire to learn and therefore a tendency to embrace challenges, persist despite obstacles, see effort as a path to mastery, learn from criticism, and be inspired by other success. Discount Deals for You said, you can always learn something new. Totally agree with that. So do you want to read that one?
Yeah, so examples of growth mindset. Failure is an opportunity to grow. I remember I went to an exhibition, it's called The Happy Show, and it was very interesting because it says an exit is always an opportunity. So if you're not learning, and for example reselling, if we don't learn, then we're not going to grow. So every time we make a mistake, we really need to embrace it. And And actually there was a quote from Pitbull from a podcast, and he said, you don't make mistakes, mistakes make you, is because that's how you really learn and grow. I really like that.
And I mean, like, it's not easy, all right? Like, I'm taking a photography class right now, and, you know, with COVID, the class went online, right? And so it's like an editing class on Photoshop. I was always super duper scared to learn Photoshop. It just seems so hard. And Michelle's really good at Photoshop. And I was always intimidated by the program, and I'm just surprised that taking this class, I know things Michelle like doesn't know right now, and I can't believe it because I'm not the best student in the class by any means. And I even have projects now that I'm afraid to do because they're so hard, and I have to spend time to learn them, and I just have to like learn to love the process. That's what we have to do. So Discount Deals for You said, it does seem difficult.
It does seem difficult, but I think it's the journey that you kind of have to progress is the key. And I always think about the end result. Oh, it's so hard. But maybe think about, okay, let's see if this is hard. Take step number 1 and then keep going. And that's how we scale our business too from a year and a half ago.
But I do have to say though, in the reselling community, like it's challenging, but we have each other, right? So if you have a question, you can message us, you can message other resellers, and we can be there for you, be there with you along the way, and we help each other like as a community grow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what helped me figure out Poshmark. And can you believe Poshmark is now our #1 selling platform?
Exactly.
So, but a really good point, Discount Deals for You said, you definitely have to be patient with the process. I couldn't agree more with that. And she also said, I'm so glad we have each other.
We're so glad we have you guys too.
Oh yeah, without the reselling community, I don't even know how we would have done this or learned as quickly. So Blue Sky Style 1 said, thank you for being so giving. Thank you, that's really sweet. Thank you. We feel like, you know, we've met a lot of people who are extremely giving in the community. And Ria Sel said, that's awesome.
All right, so we're going to talk about the difference between the two. So fixed mindset, view it as very permanent with little to no room for change. But the other one, growth mindset, they view things as more changeable with opportunities for improvement. So that's,
but can we I just want to reiterate that this is something you have to have self-talk in, because it's like easier said than done, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
At least for me, like, yes, I grew up around a family, you know, and parents that were like instilling this with me, but as an adult now, I have to talk myself through it, like, one step at a time. You can do this. You're not a failure if you're moving slowly, or you're putting in baby steps, right? Like, you cannot think that way, or you're just not going to do it. And I have to stop myself from thinking that way often.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like, man, I'm a failure, especially if I start comparing myself to other people who are doing much better than me at a faster rate. You know, then it's over. So I really have to slow down and be like, you're learning something new. This is really fun and exciting. Look, you know more today than you did yesterday, even if it's just one tiny little new thing. You got to give yourself some credit for that. Ria Sel said, it's so hard to change my mindset due to my age and working since 14, and I'm almost 60. Ria Sel said yes. Yeah, I mean, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Definitely, it is hard, you know. It's hard to change mindset, right, Michelle? It's not easy.
Oh,
it's for anyone.
It's not easy. I think our fear sometimes is really like overpowering our thoughts, and it's really about shifting your mindset. I know certain people, because you know, for example, in your case, you're saying you're almost 60. But I think it's really in here. I think maybe age is you have the power to change your mindset. It doesn't really matter how old you are.
But I do have to say, because I've had students in their 60s, right? They're grandparents, and they haven't been in school. I'm a teacher. If you guys don't know, I'm a teacher. I teach English as a second language, and I often get students in their 60s who come back to school, and they haven't been in school since they were very young. Yeah. And this is something that they work through. But I have to say, I'm extremely impressed that these students continue the journey. And I think they don't give themselves as much credit as what I see they're putting the work in, and I see them growing. And I think they're not giving themselves the credit that they deserve. And so find yourself a cheerleader, and I can be your cheerleader. I love doing that stuff. So
yeah.
Okay, 324 Fine says, ladies, make sure to check out the new stuff you can sell on Posh, games, masks, etc. They also have jumper romper category.
Oh, cool. Thanks for sharing, Bill. I did not know that.
We didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that.
I think Bendu didn't have that category, so that's why I selected others. Anyway, so more, here are other differences between the two. So if someone believes that intelligence and ability are immutable traits, they're not likely to put in any effort to change their inherent intelligence and abilities, whereas those who believe they can change these traits may be much more willing to put in extra time and effort to achieve more ambitious goals. These individuals may achieve more than others because they are worrying less about seeming smart or talented and putting more of their energy into learning. So learning is key. It doesn't matter what you learn.
Yep. And, you know, we know it's hard, but focus on the journey, you know, focus on the journey, ask for help, and give yourself a big pat on the back, you know, after putting in 6 months to a year's worth of work, you got to give yourself a pat on the back and be like, look how far I've come. Good morning, Echo Exchange. How you doing this morning? Thanks for the love, you guys. So how can we put some examples into the growth mindset in our reselling businesses? Well, you know, Bill from 324 Finds just mentioned that, hey, new categories on Posh, right? We could put games and masks and even the jumper romper category. Amazing. And I love Poshmark because they do have the growth mindset. They're always thinking of like, where else can we add? You know, they started out as a mainly clothing reselling platform, but now they're like jumping into these other places.
Exactly.
List your games, guys. Those are still selling really well right now. List your puzzles. Those are still selling really well right now. Good morning, Econ Blonde. How you doing this morning? And good morning, Eco Exchange.
So examples of growth mindset in the reselling business. You want to share?
Yeah, so things like maybe right now it seems like too big of an ask, but down the road, 5 years or 1 or 2 years, maybe you can expand your business. Have you ever thought about it? Expanding your business onto eBay or Amazon, right?
Another example is, when COVID-19 happened, a lot of people have challenges sourcing. So with a fixed mindset, you'd be like, oh, I'm just going to wait till this is over. But a growth mindset is, okay, how can I be creative? How can I change my sourcing strategies and find things in there? This is not impossible if the thrift stores are closed and the garage sales
in fact,
are not
like us and other resellers are now saying things like, oh, I can source online. I think I'm comfortable doing this. Like, I'm going to continue to do it. So that was very interesting. Also, you want to keep learning about the reselling platforms, right? And I'm willing to learn new things from others. As you saw with like what Bill mentioned, and even like Mercari right now, they're doing daily changes on their platform.
And Poshmark too.
Exactly, Poshmark. So we got to learn about these. Sorry, 1 second.
And the last thing is, I can list 17 items a day. So listing, I always think that, oh my God, I got a list. But then think about the why. Thinking about the why you're doing certain things is really important, and that would probably motivate you. Okay, so in summary, here are the key difference between fixed mindset and growth mindset. So fixed mindset is I'll stick to what I know, either I'm good at it or not. But then the growth mindset is I want to learn new things, I'm eager to take risk. In terms of skill, fixed mindset is it's fine the way it is. There's nothing to change, and that's how I always think. And growth mindset is this really my best work? What else can I improve?
All right, in terms of effort, the fixed mindset would say, this is a waste of time. There's a lot to figure out.
And growth mindset would say, I know this will help me even though it's difficult.
With setbacks, the fixed mindset would say, it's easier to give up. I'm not really smart.
And a growth mindset would say, I'll use another strategy. My mistakes help me learn.
With feedback, the fixed mindset would say, this work is boring. No one likes to do it.
And with a growth mindset, I recognize my weakness and I know what to fix.
And with talented peers, the fixed mindset would say, it's easy for him or her. They were born smart.
And I always say this, oh, it's easy for so-and-so to make lots of sales because blah, blah, blah. But then a growth mindset should say, I wonder how they did it. Let me try to figure it out.
So we hope that, just this topic has, helped you guys to think about this and how possibly this is affecting our businesses every day. Check out this cat. He's inside of a kennel. The kennel doesn't have the top part, so the cat could easily jump over it, right? But he's focusing on the fact that the door is closed. So the meme says, if you only focus on the problem, you might easily miss the solution. I thought, you guys have probably seen that meme before. It's so
I've been in that
so
situation before.
Have you?
Yeah, I just focus on the problem, not the solution.
But so guys, remember, there's a community. Come find us, get some help. We're in this together. We can help you identify the solutions. You can help us identify the solutions. And we wish you guys a wonderful Thursday evening. Go kick butt. Make it your goal to list as much as you can today. We're going to shoot for 17 items. And Riasel said, thank you so much. Bill from 324 Fine said, going to test out the bins this morning. We'll see what that looks like.
Growth mindset.
Best of luck. And he said, good job, ladies. Thank you. Fabulous Fashion View said, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.